Hey there, this is Rivers from Rivers RPG channel, and tonight I just wanted to talk about should we pay for a GM? Now, I've seen a couple articles, I've seen some talks on different forums about paying for a GM or DM, and there's been some backlash. Some people really don't agree with that, but one thing I'm going to throw up there real quick is when you go to a convention, are you paying for a GM? I don't know. The GM's not making any money, guarantee that, but you are paying $4, $2, whatever it is, to join that game. So you're paying somebody, but that's just, I guess, for the room maybe. But we're talking about renting a GM for a night, and I saw an article, and it's talking about a guy who makes $100 a session or charges $100 a session for gaming, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But if the market's there, why not? Because you got to figure it's time and energy to GM, and if you're willing to pay for a GM, that's up to you. But as far as being the GM, I don't see anything wrong with charging if you can actually find someone to pay you to GM. It'd be a fun way to make a living, I think. Uh, it may be a little bit of a pain sometimes, but generally I find GMing or DMing pretty fun, and especially if the characters or the players get into the characters and you get into characters with your NPCs, it can be a lot of fun. And should you pay for GM? I don't know. That's really a personal decision. And I saw somebody ask if he should charge to be a GM. And really, if the market's there for you, I say why not? If you can if you can find people to pay for you to GM, which is something you want to do anyway, I imagine, because I can't see being a GM unless you wanted to do it anyway. But if you can find someone to pay you to do something you want to do anyway, why not? I mean, jump on that bandwagon. If you can make money doing something you like to do, there's more power to you. So, but that's just my opinion, and you may disagree with me in the comments down below. Go ahead and leave comments. Uh, Doing this live, so if you're out there, just jump in there, say hi. But yeah, give me your opinions. Leave comments down below on what you think about this. If you think you should pay for a GM, or if you're totally opposed to paying for a GM, because I can see that side too. I mean, why would I want to pay a guy to run a game for me when I can find someone to run it for me for free? Now, there are some GMs that I've played with that that I would actually pay to get in their games, because there's a couple that I've played with at different conventions that, yeah, they're good, and I would pay them to run a game for me because it's it's quality time. They're good GMs. Uh, I just caught. No, I'm not talking just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm talking Rifts, uh, Beyond the Supernatural, stuff like that. Uh, Different games, and I've come across some great GMs and some great DMs too. And the conventions are a great place to find people that can GM. And if you can find someone like that and you can actually get in there, and it's $2 or $4, whatever it is, for the convention to get in there, it's well worth the price. Because you're gonna go to games at a convention anyway. You're paying for it no matter what. You're paying $2, $4, whatever it is, for a game. If you can find a great GM, I would jump on it. And like I said, there's a few that I would actually pay to go play their games, but not many. But there's a few. But if you can be that guy in your neck of the woods that can charge somebody to play their games, more power to you, because wow, I don't think anybody would pay to play my games, but I don't charge anything. I ask for pizza and beer, and I usually pay for my own pizza and beer. So it doesn't work out well for me, but it is nice to. I enjoy just GMing. I enjoy playing, and that's my whole point. It's to have fun, and if you have fun and you're doing it for free, why not? But if you can't find anybody to play the game you want, and you can't find anybody to GM for you for free, then maybe you have to pay to someone to GM for you and have a good time. Because, I mean, if I'm paying a GM, I want it to be a fun time. You know, there's no doubt about that. I want to have a fun game. Now, I've been in some convention games where I've been killed off in the first 2 minutes, which is interesting because then the GM is scrambling to try and figure out how to save you. So you got to take that in consideration too. At a convention or a pay to play game, you're not going to want to kill off the characters real quick. You don't want a turtle party wipeout, because that just wouldn't be any fun for the players, I think, unless you do it in a really dramatic fashion. They've played for 3 or 4 hours and they get to the big boss and they get wiped out. They might consider it fun depending on how it goes down. But for me, it wasn't the big boss. It was just a skirmish to get to the big boss, and I got wiped out. And so it's like maybe a half hour, an hour into the game session, and the GM's scrambling trying to figure out how to save my butt because it was a fifth edition, and I failed all of my rolls to survive or to heal myself or stabilize. That's what it is. Stabilize in fifth. I don't play a lot of fifth edition, so I'm not real great on the rules there. But I enjoy it, especially when I have a good GM. And that's what I mean. If you have someone that's good and you want to pay them, why not? And, if you have someone that's good and they do it for free, that's even better. Because who wants to pay for something that you can get for free? But that's that's just everybody wants something for free. Come on. But if you're that guy that can be the GM that gets paid, you know, why not? Why wouldn't you do it? If you can make money on doing something you like to do anyway,